Hello guys and welcome to my channel. In this channel I want to just teach you guys how some unconventional ways about some tutorials about web dev, usually not what's going according to standard, just slightly deviated and not necessarily stuff like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, WordPress. Yeah, sure, I could teach some of those, but usually more like how to solve issues like when you're trying to build a site in particular, the stuff you come across and using some software online and stuff. Yeah, and so according to the title for today, I'm going to teach you how to host your GitHub project on Netlify. So if you haven't heard of Netlify before, Netlify is a content delivery network, and it helps to just simplify the process of hosting your site on a web server. And usually for users of GitHub, that's like a lot of people. Pretty much every dev today uses GitHub. So for users of GitHub, it just I think it's just the way to go because it's almost built in. It's a built-in with GitHub, meaning that the process of connecting it with GitHub is quite easy. And so today, yeah, we're gonna be looking into that, how to connect our repo to GitHub. And so if you have a kind of a website you're building or a personal portfolio, I think this is just the best way, one of the best ways to go about it, right? And just get this done because yeah, very easy. So how we're gonna be going through this? I'm just gonna be going through this in a very easy way. If you have a GitHub account set up, you have yours, that's cool. These are just my repo. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna create a new repo. You can get that, right? I'm just gonna create a new repo, and I'm gonna give it some content, some little content, and then we're gonna just host that onto a Netflyer. And you can see how it's gonna be. Just watch through all the steps, and they're quite easy. And I'm gonna also give you some details in case you're trying to build some more complex resource, like maybe using your static site. I'm just gonna show you how you can do that on Netflyer. But for now, let's just proceed. And for the repo today, we're gonna give it a simple name, just like learn dev. That's cool. That's available. I just deleted one, so we're gonna give you a readme and surely a license, but not quite needed, just to make it seem like a proper repo. You're gonna create that. In a while it's gonna come up, and I'm sure you know all this by now, but if you're looking at how to do it on Netflyer, just how to link it, yeah, gonna see it in a bit. So what next I'm going to do is just for us to see when this is actually hosted, right? We're gonna see the real content of the site. After all, it's content we want to host, and just okay, let it display there. I'm gonna create a new file on GitHub. I'm gonna call it index.html, of course. And now I'm just gonna create a small document, small HTML document, just with some materials that okay we can look at on a site and just view it, so we know, oh yeah, this hosted properly. So let's just do that now. Okay, my new web page, that looks okay. So we can just write my newly hosted site on Netlify. Okay, so now that's done with, and just this small code, just gonna show us a title and a body. The title should appear here, just like we can see that new file, and then the body should appear as everything else inside this container. So yeah, now I'm gonna commit this, and hopefully we should be able to proceed. Okay, so yeah, that's added up, index.html. So the next step is for us to head over to Netlify. probably to sign in somewhere or login. Login seems better. So yeah, I'm gonna be logging in, but you're gonna be signing up. If you haven't got an account previously on Netfire, or perhaps you have one, you've been trying to link it and you're seeing some errors. Yeah, any error I'd actually you come up with during this process, maybe you're doing yours, just leave it in the comment and I'm just gonna look into it, because I've seen a lot of errors during my time. I mean, it was quite so hard for me, and yeah, this just brought me exactly to my place, and I don't just want to go creating a new account just for this video. But well, yeah, this is create a new site, and gonna go to GitHub because we use GitHub. Avoid these two, we're not using any of them. Gonna get GitHub, and it's just gonna kind of authorize you, and that stuff you just saw now, probably you aren't. If you are not, you're just all you have to do is just link your GitHub account to Netfire, and just quite an easy process. All you just need to do is to keep in your login details, your username and your password, and authorize, and then it should always authorize for you. But after that process, you're gonna come into the next step. Pick a repo. Here you can see it here, and that's pick a repo, and I'm just gonna pick one now. And remember, we kept it as learn dev. So yeah, we're gonna pick that now, and it's picked. So we come to one of the most important places that a lot of error can just come up for you if you don't know what to keep here. So let it just load up. I'm just gonna explain the different configurations you might be wanting to add up there and what they mean. Okay, so it's loaded, and now we can see just some few details, basic site settings and deploy settings and whatnot. So we have this branch to deploy to. So pretty much we have main and then we have master, but right now, if you keep it as if you leave it blank rather, it's just going to deploy to the only branch you have on GitHub. So most people it's master, and then actually it's just going to deploy to my master branch, and I don't need to change that. Perhaps I on my GitHub I go to is it settings I think, and I think I can add a different branch here, and I'm just gonna go to okay. So yeah, turns out I do have my main branch. Yeah, and that's what's actually displaying on there. So we can we cannot do anything. We don't need to bother about this because right now it's set on none. But I wanted to show you guys that I could actually create a different branch somewhere. I can just create a different branch. What happens with that is that I can now choose to deploy this site content to that particular branch for some reason which I don't understand. People do it, they do it for some reason, but I don't do it because I just like things easy for me. So now we go on to basic build settings, and right now you can see there's some text here. If you are using a static site generator or build tool, we will need these settings to build your site. So there are a few static site generators around. If you don't know what they are called static site generator because you don't necessarily have to work with the server, number one, and they just build your site whenever it loads. It's not like it's a kind of server building. It's more like when you load the site, it just builds rebuilds the from the code that you set up on there. Overall they are quite fast. That's all I know. That I associate static sites as lightning speed sites, and I like them a lot. So that's just a brief explanation of what static sites are. But when you're using a static site, different static site comes with different build command and publish directory. So we have Jekyll, we have Hugo, and then we have Gatsby. So when you're trying to use either of these, you might just want to include some different text here, according to what you're using. But since we are not using in any of those, we just have our GitHub site clean site with just index.html as a code, and we can just we are going to leave this blank. We are not going to keep anything here. So if you were using any of those static site, because most people do, you're trying to build something complex, you don't necessarily just have to, I would just write HTML, CSS. You need some help, it just makes it advanced. You can build something more fancy with all these static site. And I'm gonna leave in the description box some the code, the what to keep here, pretty much what to keep here. And for example, you might see Jekyll is something like Jekyll build, and you have your published directly as site, and then I think Gatsby, it should be public and stuff like that. So whatever, I'm just gonna keep in there right in the description. So anyone you're using, you're just gonna keep on there, and you're just gonna proceed to deploy site, and that should work. I hope it works. Okay, yeah, it did work, and we have this message, site deploy in progress, and yeah, it just did now. Yeah, pretty fast, right? So just like under 10 minutes from what I'm seeing here, just under 10 minutes, and you can just have a GitHub site, GitHub repo, and just push it on to Netlify, and then this is perfect because it just did. And what's usually we can see the site, just a screenshot of the site here. And so let me see what can just be there. Oh, that's cool, we have it here, my newly hosted site on Netlify. And if you follow this stuff just like here, it's the same thing, my new web page and my new web page. Yeah, sure, that's just everything you need. And in less than 10 minutes you can just host your site on Netlify. And that was why I chose it for this video, because it has no hard add-ups added to it. But if you want to go further, you can add a custom domain and secure your site with this. But yeah, you could do that, but this works fine for people that just want something small. And the resource is quite okay too. I might just do a review of Netfire later, but yeah, this works perfectly. And that will be it for this video. I think the goal has been achieved, how to host a GitHub project on Netlify in less than 10 minutes, and that's just what we did. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll be posting more videos like this, and just to simplify the process of all web dev um parts, like PATH, web dev parts, when you're trying to go through stuff. I'm just gonna post it. And if you want to keep up to that, subscribe, like, and I'll be expecting actually your comment on this, so you can tell me if you came up through an error, or just what you want next, and that's fine for me. So thanks, and I'll be out for now. See you in the next video.